the American League East, slugging it out with the Blue Jays all weekend long, winning both games, though. Interleague Baseball rolls on, and, of course, Sunday of Family Day, presented by our good friends with Sanderson Ford. Hello, folks. Glad to have you back at the ballpark. He's Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton, but we will, as promised, skip hitting, talk about it in a moment, and talk about pitching. How about the Dodgers bringing us on the air, by the way? We love the kids.
What was that
about?
The
Dodgers bringing us on the air.
Something's not right about that.
While you were gone for a day or so, the bullpen's been much better. As a matter of fact, on this homestand, we promised with a league average ERA this would be a winning team, and they backed it up.
Well, Aaron Heilman is remaining consistent. He's a guy that really A.J. Hinch has grown trust in, and a guy that he can hand the ball. Now, all of a sudden, Chad Quall's starting to turn around. Esmond Vasquez getting a couple of big outs here and there. So it's good to see a couple of guys starting to climb on board with Aaron Heilman. And it's not going to be long, Darren, that all of a sudden now these guys are going to grow some confidence, and they're going to take the ball, and they're going to feel real good about things when they take the mound now instead of worrying.
The bottom line, too, if your ninth inning is shored up, everything can fall into place. If your ninth inning is struggling, you have guys out of roles and struggling. Good to see the Diamondbacks pulling things together in the bullpen on this homestand. A perfect homestand and a lot of late hitting in innings. They are driving in runs with 2 outs better than any team in Major League Baseball. You've always told us how bad that hurts.
Well, and I have to pinch myself because I've heard you a couple of times say now, forget the pitching and the defense. Let's talk about hitting. And you have to when you're talking about the Diamondbacks and the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays hammer the baseball over the boards, and now the Diamondbacks. What a great graphic that was. 2-out damage. The Diamondbacks, number 1 in all of baseball.
Mark Reynolds explains what it does to the other team.
I know when I'm on defense, we get 2 outs and we're 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning, and they get a big hit. You know, it's just kind of a. It just kills you, and it's deflating. The momentum goes away, and it's tough. And I think that's what we've been doing here lately is kind of dealing them body blows to teams, and kind of getting them back on their heels, and we're able to capitalize.
Looking forward to seeing some Little Leaguer Diamondbacks on the air coming up soon.
Don't ever bring us on the air with the Dodgers again, ever.
We love those kids. We love them. There's no doubt. Billy Buckner, by the way, you ready? Because those Blue Jays, never, ever, ever, in my 10 years doing this, have I seen a team swing every at-bat for the fences. It ought to be fun.
Arizona. The Diamondbacks looking for the perfect end to the homestand, but Billy Buckner will have to keep at bay the hard-hitting Toronto Blue Jays. And welcome to the field. Mark McClune with you. Just about set for the first pitch. It is Sunday, so time to take a look at our good sport of the week presented by the Professional Firefighters Association of Arizona. And it's Chris Zeroslik of Willow Canyon High School, a senior catcher with a graduating GPA of 3.9. He's the leader of the team, and as its senior catcher, also spearheaded the team's involvement in Buddy Ball, giving handicapped kids a place to play baseball. Zeroslik was nominated by his teammate Josh Wassner. Chris Zeroslik, our good sport of the week. Coming up, the Diamondbacks, just one more game before they hit the road, looking to sweep up, but they will have to contend with the Toronto Blue Jays. It's the Diamondbacks and the Blue Jays. Darren Sutton and Mark Grace have the call, and it's next on Fox Sports Arizona.
And by Southwest Airlines. Visit southwest.com. Grab your bag. It is on. Glad to have you back at the ballpark. Beautiful day in the Valley of the Sun. Cito Gaston's second go-round. He's got a couple of world championship rings from the early 90s with these Toronto Blue Jays. And his philosophy has been played out in these ball games. Swing it, boys, and if you hit it an awful long way. Going to work, Billy Buckner, and as you can see, the entire lineup. Lewis, Hill, Lynn, Bautista, Overbay, Encarnacion, 4 homers in this series. McDonald, Molina, and Markham. Out front. Popped it up, fighting that sun, and I mean really fighting, and a nice job there by Chris Snyder.
Well, it's only fitting that Fred Lewis, the very first pitch of the game, just comes unglued trying to hit it out of the ballpark. That is their offensive philosophy. We're going to hit it over the boards, and we're going to do it a lot.
I'm telling you, we noticed it. And again, there are some names in here that weren't playing the entire series, like John McDonald at short, Jose Molina, the veteran backup. But Aaron Hill, Adam Lind homered as a pinch hitter. He bats third. 26-year-old right-hander William Jennings Buckner, and he fires a strike. Good sink on it. 0-1 the count to Aaron Hill. His numbers delivered by the UPS store. Just one start here in the major leagues. It was at Florida. 5 innings, 2 runs allowed.
But he earned himself another one today.
What do you think of that outing?
I thought he was solid. I thought he was in and out of trouble most of the game. Got out of it, and then the one run he gave up. He gave up on a couple of back-to-back doubles. But the other one I think he's going to kick himself with it was because he got wild in Florida. He hit a couple of batters, walked a run. Those are the ones you kick yourself over. By the way, I have a question, Darren. What did you do with the heat while I was gone? This is wonderful.
Isn't this amazing? A light breeze blowing around the ballpark. Change up. 3-1 the count to Aaron Hill. Well, we know our gentlemen from Toronto are used to mild springs, and not until it's truly summertime do they have to deal with summertime. So we wanted to, be a good host, our friends from north of the border. That one is belted down the line. Defensively for the Diamondbacks. Jackson, Young, Upton. That's the outfield. Infield, Reynolds, Drew. Abreu gets his second consecutive start. Played short last night. Adam LaRoche is at first. Chris Snyder does the catching. Hill with 5 home runs, 13 RBIs, but a low batting average. Again, popped it up. Just him a fastball, some late movement on it. Tony Abreu puts that one to bed. So a couple of outs in the air for this ground ball pitcher, Billy Buckner. But with Toronto, I would imagine keeping them on the ground is a tough thing to do. They're trying to lift everything.
Their swings are lift and separate and swing it hard. Find the first good fastball to hit and swing for the fences. And golly, those are some. We've seen Arizona hit a lot of home runs and not even sniffing the Toronto Blue Jays.
18 more. Well, as we talked about, folks, if you missed it Friday night, they hit 6 solo home runs. And lost the ball game, obviously.
So they're not really into manufacturing runs north of the border. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, a credit, certainly they're not. And a credit to Dan Herron. He got batted around on occasion, gave up 4 of them. They didn't walk anybody in front of him.
He won the game.
That's exactly right. LaRoche ranges, gobbles it up, made it look easy, didn't he? So did Billy Buckner. 1, 2, 3 go the Toronto Blue Jays. Made this team feel a lot better about themselves, but he said it still shows how deep of a hole we dug for ourselves. We played so well and still 4 below. Starting lineup, Southwest Airlines, it's Jackson, Abreu, and Drew. Upton, LaRoche, Reynolds, Chris Young, everyone hitting on this homestand, by the way. Snyder and Buckner will explain as we roll on. Connor bats leadoff again with Kelly Johnson having the day off, and in the leadoff spot, Connor has just been a better hitter this year than batting in the 2-hole. Whether the two are tied together and the hamstring injury wrapped around it, I would imagine. 28-year-old right-hander out of Missouri State University. Sean Markham goes to work, and he is the ace.
I like this guy a lot. He's a guy that not going to dazzle you with radar gun readings. He's not going to throw in the mid-90s, but he just gets you out. He changes speeds, uses both sides of the plate. Some good off-speed stuff. That looked like a little slider right there, maybe a changeup. You see, he's a little bit of anything, anytime.
That may be a cutter, Gracie. I think you're right, because had a good tilt to it. Changeup averages 84, but that changeup you were telling me, that is his bread and butter, correct?
Yes. There's the curveball there. Connor was able to lay off of it.
When you talk about Markham, for Diamondbacks fans, as you can see the numbers on this homestand, Connor 4 for 16. He's got 3 walks, though, as well. But when you talk about Markham, think Ian Kennedy. With more experience, certainly. A guy that's not going to throw a big, dipping, diving sinker.
Right.
Throws a lot of strikes in and out, up and down.
There
Gets
you
you
have it.
away.
That's the cutter, I believe.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Doesn't throw a slider, so that's the cut fastball. And you get a swing and miss like this from Connor, you've done something.
Rarely will you see Connor Jackson chase a foot out of the zone, but he did that time.
This is a special year for Markham. Not only is he having a good year, 2.61 ERA and a whip, walks and hits per innings pitched below 1, which is elite. That's base runners at reach, simply put. But he's also come back from Tommy John surgery. Missed all of last year with Tommy John surgery. Slow curveball. 1-0 the count.
But that's the thing. He's got all the pitches, Darren. He throws them anytime. He throws them all for strikes.
That slow curveball produces an awkward swing by Abreu. Lynn, Wells, Batista, outfield. Encarnacion, McDonald, Hill, Overbay, infield. And Molina behind the plate. Markham on 1-1. Cut fastball, ran it in. It's driven to right field, well struck over his head and off the wall. Abreu hustling in the second. Tony with the double. That's his 6th double of the season. That batting average will go up from 308.
It looked like this ball may have gotten in on Tony a little bit, but it did not. He pulls his hands in nicely and drives it over the head of Batista in right field. So he's slugging D-backs right back in business here in the first.
Abreu, by the way, batting second. He likes it when he gets the starts. 15 for 31 this year. Something about that 2-hole gets him going. 4 doubles as well. Here's Stephen Drew. He takes a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 the count to Stephen. Drew 4 for 12 on this homestand. As you can see, he's got a homer, he's got 5 RBIs, he's got a couple of walks as well.
Good change up there.
That's the one. That is the one not only that will get swings and misses for strikeouts, but it'll fix a 1-0 hole he might put himself in, or obviously help him jump ahead to 0-2. Now, if you're Drew, what are you thinking?
Well, you're thinking he could throw anything because he's got me in the hole. He's worked hard to get there. Anything could be coming. That was the fastball in. Just a little, maybe move his feet a little bit and probably come right back with something off speed, Darren.
1-2 the count. Arizona, the story, certainly offense on this homestand. 9 runs per game. Pulled the string on him. Steven goes down on a changeup. Runner remains in scoring position, set up for a 2-out RBI. What a difference, well, leaving town and coming back makes. That was a winless homestand the last time, and then trying to make it a winning homestand and a sweep, looking for a sweep following being swept at home.
You know, you've said it a couple of times. If anybody out there can figure out these Diamondback offensive players, please let us know.
Let alone the team.
Yeah, I was going to say, please let these guys know. You know, but that's the thing with these guys, Darren. You know, they do pretty much all the way through their lineup. They pretty much run hot and cold. They're guys that are a bunch of streaky hitters. And there for that one homestand, they all went south at the same time, and now you're seeing in this one what can happen when the tide turns.
And this guy's heating up, just like he did last year. The streaky Justin Upton on the uptick. Ground ball, base hit left field. Abreu, Porter sending him on down. Lynn boots it. The run will score. The Diamondbacks get it going again offensively, and so does Justin Upton. RBI number 23. Arizona leads it 1-0.
Did we say something about 2-out RBIs when we were coming on the air today, Darren?
Number 1 in the game, Gracie.
Fastball in. Justin just pulls his hands in nicely again. Rips it out into left, and once Lynn juggles it, that was all she wrote. Abreu's going to score easily, and the Diamondbacks take an early lead.
And by the way, for Upton, he has 8 hits on this homestand now and 17 at bats.
That average climbing up now to 273.
Speaking of homestands, my goodness, Adam LaRoche.
It's been a pretty good one, huh?
He's going to, when they ask for the bags to be dropped off tomorrow, he's just going to say, no, we're playing at home. We're not going anywhere. There you have it. 8 for 15 on this homestand. 3 homers, but let me add to that, 3 doubles as well. And not a single strikeout.
Man.
Takes that pitch, eyes Markham as he does so. 1-1 the count.
But that's good when you know you're locked in, Darren, when you can take that pitch instead of flail at it and maybe just roll it over and hit it to the second baseman. He took it because it was a quality pitcher's pitch by Markham. Now, you might get a mistake here in the next couple of pitches.
1-1 the count to Adam LaRoche. Markham, we mentioned, 28 years old. He was a 3rd-round pick of the Blue Jays back in 2003. And he has taken the responsibility. No one has ever heard him say he is Roy Halladay, but he has stepped into that #1 spot and said, I'll take that responsibility anyway of being the ace of the staff. How about that, coming off of Tommy John surgery as well? Says a lot about him.
Says an awful lot about him, and he's having a fabulous year. You know, a lot of these guys that pitch for Toronto anymore, you know, you're kind of flying under the radar now. You're used to when you were drawing 3 million fans, and you had people like Molitor, George Bell. Man, you could make a long, long list of terrific players that played for the Toronto Blue Jays, Darren.
There's a Molly jersey. His career took him there for a world championship. Joe Carter. One sitting over here. Dave Steve. Wicked slider. There's a lot of great players and a great history. The 2-2. Bouncing ball toward the hole. Overbay dives, turns and flips. Lyle Overbay, who broke into the big leagues under the watchful eye of one Mr. Mark Grace, takes an RBI away. Abreu with the double. Justin Upton continues to roll here in the month of May. Arizona up or under. Ball in there for strike 1. Well, Bautista, another one of the big stories. 13 home runs this year. He's 1 for 7 in the series with a homer as he fouls that one off. 0-2 the count. You might remember Bautista with the Pirates. 16 homers in 06, 15 in 07.
Yeah.
There's the hit zone, brought to you by Amica Insurance. Those are the homers and where the pitches have been thrown. As that one bounces in there to the backstop. He was a guy trying to find maybe some playing time at third base. Play a little bit at second, would help out the outfield.
Part-time guy.
Hit some homers occasionally. Well, not anymore. They put him in the lineup. He's good for 13 homers already this season. You saw Encarnacion. He's waiting as that pitch is high.
They're all waiting.
My goodness.
It's an old school philosophy that you just don't see much of anymore.
Batista with 9 home runs this month. That's #1 in the big leagues.
You think they chart in the Toronto dugout about how many pitches per at bat these guys see and all that?
Somebody may, but they may, I think, be down the tunnel as that one is fouled off.
Huge swing right there from Batista.
I'm sure they chart all the same things that every other team charts, and they have all the databases that every other team has.
They just don't agree with the philosophy.
I just don't know where Cito files it away. I'm not quite sure. I think I can guess. That locked him up. That was a high changeup, not a dreamy one, certainly, but you know what? You'll take it.
And just because it was something off speed, Batista knew it. Right to the outside corner it goes. He just got frozen by that good changeup.
And Batista will tell you, see, that's why I never take a pitch. I backed it up right there, folks. Here's Lyle Overbay.
Yeah, I saw 6 pitches, but I struck out.
Overbay goes to work, hacking. What was it like when this man first broke into the big leagues in 01 during the call-up and looked to you for some guidance?
He's a special kid. If you ever want to look up minor league dominance, look at this kid's numbers in the minor leagues, Lyle Overbay. I mean, they saw what he was doing in the minor leagues. They said, Grace, you need to step aside for a little while. We've got this guy here. And I absolutely understood it was his time to play, and I loved coming to work every day, taking ground balls with him during batting practice and just telling him a few things about this, about where you might need to position against right-handers or against left-handers, footwork around the bag. He was so receptive and just a fun guy to be around. And it's good to see him still playing in the major leagues and still having a nice career.
He has had a nice career. He is heating up a little bit more of late, has had a real quiet start to the season. But Overbay, just to back up what Gracie's talking about, diehard Diamondbacks fans remember, because you follow the minor league numbers, Lyle Overbay in 519 minor league games hit .341 in his minor league career with an on-base of .411.
Hit homers, hit a lot of doubles.
A lot of doubles. Well, this guy hits homers. As a matter of fact, since Edwin Encarnacion, who has 4 homers in this series, came off the disabled list a couple of days back, a little shoulder problem in that right shoulder, he's 5 for 15 with 5 homers.
Kind of pretty much go right down the line with these guys.
Big swing. It tied him up, so he earns himself a hit. That was just a fastball in, and then Edwin had big plans with it, and even though it tied him up, he still fought it off for a single.
Yeah, it jams him, it gets in on him, but these Blue Jays are so strong. Even if they don't square it up, they seem to find a way to get it out there, and now they're in business. Cito Gaston just thinks, hey, get a couple of guys on. Now it's a 3-run homer. These solo shots haven't been working. How about a 3-run jack?
I look forward to seeing McDonald, and if in fact that's in his repertoire. Veteran minor league infielder, a backup, good clubhouse guy. Curveball, rocket shot, there's one. That's all they will get. Overbay has his helmet taken off by Abreu. It looks like everyone's all right there. Picked on a curveball. McDonald was ready.
He smoked it right at Reynolds. Good heads-up base running there by Overbay as him and Abreu get tangled up, but a big second out here for Billy Buckner.
Well, we see Yadier in St. Louis. We see Benji all the time with San Francisco. Here's the eldest of the trio of the brothers Molina, Jose Molina, and the guy who was Benji's backup in Anaheim for a couple of years. Broke his bat. It's a roller. Abreu, long run, longer throw, and a save of a run there by LaRoche. Everybody's safe, but Adam LaRoche made a quick decision, and it's one he's glad that he made.
Yeah, now it's just damage control. You see it get up the middle. Abreu tried to make the spectacular play, but LaRoche does a good job of just coming off the bag. Yeah, the bases are loaded, but now it's the opposing pitcher that's going to have to do some damage here. There's a couple of Toronto Blue Jays, Darren, that are former teammates of mine. It's getting much
Jose
less.
was with the Cubs, right?
Yeah, he had a cup of coffee with the Cubs. Lyle Overbay.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are dwindling now, guys that I played with.
Well, guys that are former teammates of yours still have got to be playing in their, mid-40s? Guys that played with you at some
really
point in their career?
That's just, I haven't missed that for a couple of days. I know you had Joe, the Hall of Famer, but hopefully you weren't as mean and nasty to the Hall of Famer as you are to me.
It was a lot of fun reflecting because Joe remembers playing with you. So it was a wonderful situation. We talked fondly of that. When he broke in and you, like Lyle, you took him under your wing. 0-2 the count to Markham.
Joe under my wing. Okay.
Yes. Markham, 0-for-6 in the big leagues, now 0-for-7. Still have to make the pitches, though, and Buckner took advantage.
And don't forget, LaRoche saving that error and saving some runs.
By Quest high-speed internet. Get blazing fast speeds that won't burn up your wallet. And by Nissan. Right now, get a deal on your new Nissan during Nissan's National Tent event. See a Nissan dealer today. Mark and I glad to have you back at the ballpark. 1-0, Arizona leading Toronto. Mark Reynolds to lead it off against Sean Markham. An RBI single by Justin Upton in the first inning has the Diamondbacks on top. Slow curveball, strike one. Mark 5 of 17 on this homestand. 3 doubles and a homer. 6 RBIs, 8 strikeouts. As he fouls that one back to the screen. 0-2 the count. Markham has pitched well in interleague action. 6 starts, he's 3-1 with a 3.7 ERA. He has won at Philly, he has won at Dodger Stadium, and beaten Washington at home. Pitches outside. 1-2 the count. Started to show his stuff before that TJ surgery in 08. 3.3 ERA, 9 wins. Strike 3. And that's the pitch making we're talking about. And When you say Ian Kennedy, I think people know what we mean when we compare him a little bit to Markham.
Yeah, you get to looking for off speed, maybe looking for a changeup. What do you get? A fastball right on the inside corner. That's just a big time pitch right there. It just proves you don't have to throw hard. You don't have to throw in the mid-90. Sure, that's nice, but you don't have to have the blazing fastball to be an effective pitcher.
Chris Young, boy, what a difference a year makes. You start getting into the summer, you're going to start hearing things like comeback player of the year. And you can see 293, 6 and 34 a year ago, 178, 3 and 9. Good pitch, inside corner, 0-2 the count.
You hate to be a candidate for that comeback player of the year, though, don't you?
No, I understand.
That means you had a stinky season the year before.
And he'll be the first to tell you he did. The 0-2.
I'd rather go to a guy that maybe overcome an injury or maybe missed a year to an injury.
How about the guy on the mound? Tommy John surgery, missed all of last year.
Great point. See, there you go. That's more like a comeback player of the year, not just a guy that had a bad year the year before.
All right, vote for Sean Markham then, because we don't want Chris Young to ever go there again.
That's exactly right.
The 1-2. Boy, nearly got the corner.
He can pitch.
It's been fun to watch. The team has won his last 4 starts. He hasn't won them all, but the team has won them all. Nubs that one foul. Fulton Homes reminds everyone, and we love their partnership, by the way, that every time a D-back hits a home run this season, they will donate $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. The Jays in their Sunday blacks, if you will. The D-backs wore their Saturday blacks last night. I tell you, cut fastball, wicked diving down and away. That's like when Danny occasionally Herring gets on top of his. It looks like a slider.
I don't know what that was. I guess it had to be a cutter, huh? Oh. That's the pitch now, Darren. That's the new sexy pitch.
Again, a cut fastball is a fastball, folks. You hold it a little bit off center. The pressure on the middle finger as that presses the baseball side to side if you're out on the side of the ball and a little bit more downward. It's very, very similar to a slider, though. You just throw it more traditionally behind the ball as you would a fastball. As that one is away. 0-1 the count. Chris Snyder, 6 home runs, 21 runs batted in. He's 3 for 9 on this homestand with a double and a homer. He's walked 3 times as well. That time off the end of the bat. A mile high, Encarnacion puts it away. 1-2-3 for the D-backs. because Edwin Jackson pitched effectively, pitched in a dominant manner, and when he got the lead, he pitched with the lead. He gave up a couple of runs late in the game, 4 in the 8th inning on a long ball, but Edwin was equally as good as he was in South Florida. He was great last night.
Well, it makes me ask the question, since I wasn't here, Darren. He must have had that good slider again last night.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And he pitched in when he needed to again. These guys swinging for the fences. You got to come in.
Was he dropping fellas again?
He wasn't drilling them as much as we saw in South Florida, or dropping them.
No yard sales at the plate. You know what? If Edwin ends up making a nice run, which it looks like he's on his way to doing, I mean, I'm gonna remember that start in South Florida, where he just went right down the line dropping dudes.
It was funny. I was talking with Jackson as Fred Lewis leads it off against Billy Buckner, and it was Friday, I believe, before Friday's game. And I said, "Really, be truthful. Be honest with me, Edmund. Did you want to come that far in? I mean, occasionally it's okay as long as you're." He said, "Really, no. I wanted to come somewhat in, but I really did not want to." Well, and then I said, "But you understood after maybe you accidentally hit a guy or you threw behind a guy's head, they're talking about you in the dugout."
No question.
And with a smile, he said, "Oh, I understood that." You were going to say that.
Well, maybe 1 out of 10 pitchers will ever admit to, yeah, I was trying to drill him.
I tried, Gracie. I think he was being honest with me. I'm not sure. I think he was.
Yeah, usually it's, oh, man, no, I was just missing location.
No, he admitted how helpful it was to him. Fred Lewis on a changeup picks up a base hit. So Lewis on this trip to Seattle, now Arizona, has just 3 hits and 14 at-bats.
Took a change up there. Yeah, he took a change up there, broke his bat, and just flipped it out into right center field for a base hit. Here come the Jays. Not a bad pitch. He got Fred Lewis to take the swing he wanted to take. But Billy Buckner, he is kind of adept at the double play ball.
Well, you bet he is. Matter of fact, that turns out to be one of his specialties when he's right. And Buckner, in 119 opportunities to turn a double play in his career, has got 26 of them. I'll tell you what that means. 22% of the time, that's twice league average.
That's awesome.
That'll keep you in the big leagues when you're a 5 starter. That foul. He's going to have to work down. I think he didn't get as many ground balls in Florida. That outing, he had 7 ground balls, 9 in the air, and 2 line drives. He was up a little bit in Florida.
And at the end of the day, he got through 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. Not bad. But I think he'd like to stretch it out a little further. And yeah, for a starter, if you only go 5, you're probably disappointed.
This fastball plays much better at the knees than it does at the belt as well. Off the end of the bat, cut fastball, boot it, would have been a double play. I'm not saying it was an easy play, certainly around that bag, trying to do everything it wants, but if he picks it, steps on the bag, and throws, it's a double play.
Oh, no question. Just got in too big of a hurry. Tried to make the transfer, tried to make the slick play rather than just the efficient play. If he could have set himself, gotten in front of the ball, he probably would have had the easy double play, but instead he tried to run through the bag and make the off-balance throw, and he ended up booting it. And that's maybe a lesson learned there. Style before substance. I'm a little more substance before style guy.
Mm-hmm. Bouncing ball had him out front on a changeup, and it's a foul ball. Chris Guccione, a little backpedaling there, trying to stay out of the way.
Between Chris Guccione and Adam LaRoche, I don't know what happened over there. Both of them looked like they were semi-running from it.
Oh, and 1 the count. There they go. Oh, and 1. I tell you, walks and errors, when a team hits as many home runs as they do, 74, there was not a walk in this inning, but there was an error. It gets scary. That's when you get hurt.
Well, you're getting into the heart of the order, too.
I mean, how many homers, obviously? 74. I mean, they've had, even the last week, you look at some of the games, a 5-homer game, a 4-homer game, a 6-homer game.
Well, especially on double play balls instead of 2 outs. Now Billy Buckner's going to really have to go to work and find a way to get through this with just, you hope no runs, but you'd even take 1 run.
LaRoche with the dive. How far away does it go? Abreu. I tell you what, he just picked himself up after that miscue. Johnny on the spot. Buckner was where he was supposed to be. Let's go that one 3-4-1, but you put a star by it when you do it.
All the way around, great play. LaRoche knocking it down, and then Abreu not giving up on the play, making the play and throwing a strike over to Buckner. So productive out there off the bat of Lean.
Lynn was 4 for his last 9 with runners in scoring position, so he had been hot. Be careful here. 1-0 the count. Cut fastball misses away. I'm trying to stop that. Not for that young man. Good to see it. Youngster in a D-backs jersey. Love that.
I agree. Need to see a little more of that, especially on our show.
1-1 the count with a changeup to Batista.
Wonderful kids. Terrible uniforms.
We love them. One and one the count. You can see the timely hitting for Batista, what he has done. Good pitch, buried a fastball in.
That's what you need to do. You got to bury that fastball in on Batista. Speed him up. Now maybe you can slow him down with the good Buckner curveball or that changeup.
The Diamondbacks looking for a perfect homestand. And looking at homestands of 4 games or more, 2 teams coming in. The last time they did it, 2003.
Wow.
It's the last time with 2 teams or more coming in, they had a perfect homestand. Breaking ball, it's a ground ball. Boy, what a piece of hitting by Batista. Well, we can say all we want and do with a smile on our face and have fun about the leg-lifting home run hitting that they do. But that was just a quality at bat to drive in a pair.
Sure was. So the error comes back to haunt the Diamondbacks, and Billy Buckner just got a little bit too much plate with it, and he doesn't try to do too much with it, just play pepper. Those are a couple of tough runs to give up right there. Well, you just have to make the plays. Those extra outs at this level just come back to kill you.
Changeup sails away. 2-1 the score. Toronto leads it. You can't just assume when you score a double play, but inning probably should have been over.
Never really understood that scoring rule.
If it's that obvious, it's an official score.
You can't assume a double play. Why not?
This
is the major leagues.
I agree.
That always goes down as one of the dumbest rules I've ever heard.
Well, even more so, that was a unique ground ball, but if you have a one-hopper to short, there's a runner at first, and he plays it and throws it away, you can't assume the double play.
Well, you can,
yes,
but just not officially.
Lyle Overbay hits a fly ball to right. Justin Upton is there.
Third baseman Edwin Encarnacion.
It's a kid caster day today, by the way.
Really?
Oh, young Kaylee Bird.
Love.
Just 10 years old. 5th grader at Gilbert Elementary. She'll be up here calling the game. 2-1 the score. Encarnacion singled back in the 2nd inning. 4 home runs, 6 RBIs in this series. Had a 3-homer game, his first one ever on Friday night. 0-1 the count to Encarnacion.
Got ahead with the fastball, and he took it.
Runner on first. Fastball in. These are all the homers, Gracie.
Well, he's hitting everything.
That was a 3-run homer late in the game last night in the 8th inning.
Kind of an oh-by-the-way homer. If there's such a thing as an oh-by-the-way 3-run homer, that might be one. When it's 8-1. Sammy?
0-2 the count. Love to have the Sosa references as that one is fouled off. Up above it goes. And you talk about these Blue Jays. The record of 25-20. Only 11 of their 45 games have been homerless games. They've homered 3 out of every 4 games. Ground ball to short. Steven on to Tony. And in time for the out. Kaylee Bird is our kid caster. And look, she was ready to do this interview with Mark Reynolds. She asked for a little bit of help because she was nervous. As you'll see, she didn't need my help. Here we go. I'm going to help Kaylee, but she doesn't need any help. She asked me to help a little bit. So, Kaylee, just take it away. This is Mark, by the way. Say hello to Mark. Now, make sure we hold that up to our mouth when you talk, and then hold it up.
I'm Dan Heron.
And we just heard that you were able to talk to Mark Reynolds. What kind of information did you get out of him that you're going to bring to the broadcast?
Well, I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm going to tell the guys in the booth.
Okay, so I'm not big enough. This is just the sideline report.
Yeah.
Good call. Way to go, Kaylee. Put him in his place.
Yeah. And final score for today. What do you predict?
12-10. The way these two teams are playing.
Guys, she knows her stuff. She's headed your way.
Very impressive.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. 12-10. The way these two teams are the way these two teams are playing. Here's Billy Buckner. Catfish 1 for 2 this year. As that one bounces in there.
So she's just expecting Markham and Buckner just get lit up. Oh, I'm sure all the Markhams and Buckners out there are proud.
1-2 the count. That pitch is away. If you noticed her answer, by the way, she said 12-10 the way these are going.
These two teams are going.
She didn't say who won, just 12-10.
Yeah, good point.
Big swing. Billy Buckner drives it into left center field. It's run down out there. Billy with a big swing. Took it to the gap.
Well, he spent some time in the minor leagues the last couple of years with the Diamondbacks. He might have spent some time in the cage with Josh Weitzel. Big swing like that. Boy, he could swing it hard, couldn't he?
Good call. Here's Connor Jackson. Curveball, strike one. Connor leading off, struck out back in the first inning. Oh, 0-2 the count. 4 for 17 on this homestand. Pop back our way where it bounces down below. It's a souvenir. Hot fastball down and away. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Connor. Diamondbacks on the road for a 3-city trip. As the 0-2. Again, it's a souvenir. The trip will take them to Denver, Colorado, to San Francisco, and to Los Angeles. Here's a look at what's brewing. Ubaldo Jimenez is waiting.
Yikes!
Tim Lincecum is waiting. And then the Dodgers, who have been steamrolling, 17-4 since late April. Jackson off the end of the bat. Overbay on a funky spin, flips it on over for the second out to Markham, who is covering. Today's text poll question is brought to you by the Arizona Plumbing and Cooling Contractors. When you visit Canada, what's your favorite part about it? What's the best thing? Is it Mike Myers? Celine Dion?
Mike Myers was a really terrible guy.
Steve Nash?
Halloween.
No, the
man.
actor. The actor.
Oh, okay.
Or Bacon, Canadian Bacon.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
Which I don't even know. Is that actually Canadian at all?
Only Canadian hogs.
Well, I know what I vote for.
What?
I vote for Montreal, because I miss going there.
It's a great town. No question.
Miss the Expos, miss traveling to Montreal. Good people. Breaking ball is away. One and one the count to Tony Abreu. Abreu doubled and scored in the first inning.
How about F? Pamela Anderson.
She from Canada?
Oh, yeah.
That's your vote?
Yeah. One of my favorite Canadians, no question about it.
The 2-1. Out front, change up, long way to go. What a play made at second base by Aaron Hill. Backing up Lyle Overbay, 1, 2, 3. 7 in a row, set down by Markham.
our show.
Oh, and 1 the count. The 1-2. John McDonald, as we said, has been around backing up for quite some time. 35 years old. University of Connecticut, Avery Point is where he played. Played a long time in the minor leagues, as that one is away. Did he go on a curveball? He did not that time. Part-time player, and when you're a role player and a bench player in the American League,
you don't play.
You don't play. Not nearly as much as in the National League. Rocket shot.
Got to do an interleague game yesterday in an American League ballpark. Asked the manager, Ron Washington of the Texas Rangers, do you enjoy interleague? He goes, yeah. He goes, I love it. I get to manage. He goes, I get to manage when we go to National League parks. Now, I can double switch. I can move runners around, maybe drop some bunts, that kind of stuff. You know, manage my pitching staff a little bit. He goes, I actually get to manage.
You know, Cito Gaston didn't feel the same way.
No.
His theory was, I get to manage, and he's okay with that, and then I'll get my pitchers hurt when they run the bases or hit.
Yeah,
That's what he was
that
talking
makes
about.
sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if the pitcher's in the line, it's one less person that can homer.
Yeah, that's probably what it
that's
is.
The way, I think that's the way Cito looks at it. It's just a spot in the lineup. I'm not going to get any home runs.
See, that's why we have you back, that honesty that you slice right through there. 2-2 the count. So you had, what, Texas and Chicago, the Cubs?
Yes. Lou's about to lose it.
Oh, Lupinella's upset?
Yeah, well, he's not happy with his club. They're 4 games under 500, and he is he's pretty much fit to be tied with one of your favorite guys, third baseman.
Really?
Yeah.
3-2, bounces in there, ball 4. And it's
Aramis is hitting a robust 158.
Well, maybe a good day. Maybe it'll end on a solid note for Lou. 5-4, his Cubs lead Texas in the bottom of the 9th inning. Yeah, he may be hitting, what'd you say, $158?
Yeah, 0 for 5 yesterday with 4 strikeouts.
Doesn't mean he's not running everything out hard.
It's tough to run everything out when you're striking out. He walked back to the dugout.
Runner moves up, no walking there. This is an interesting thing. This is very similar to his start in Florida. You get to about that 4th inning, and it's the bottom of the order again.
Well, and also, Darren, he had an 0-2 count on Jason McDonald, ended up walking him. Now he bounces the ball there to Molina. And you're right, it's eerily similar to his outing in Florida, where he went through about a 15 to 20 pitch phase where he just lost it. Like, just completely lost his command, lost his mind, and then he got it right back again. But it was too late.
Outside, 2-0 the count. Jose Molina hitting .256, 35 years old. And of course, with that wild pitch, Molina, a beautiful double play candidate. 2-1 the count. That disappears. Get the pitcher, Sean Markham, waiting on deck. Jose was a Yankee last year, part of the World Championship Club, was a world champion in Anaheim in 2002. Long run, and into the seats it goes.
Oh, Darren, you're going to love this.
What's that?
Baxter has a big birthday coming up on Sunday, June 13th And we're going to celebrate it right here at Chase Field.
Are we now?
In honor of D. Baxter's 10th birthday. Gosh, he's getting old. The first 5,000 kids will get a D. Baxter replica jersey. Call 602-462-4794 or visit dbax.com/giveaways. Oh, I know you're going to be there for that.
I can't wait to.
Well,
You have one? Can I see it?
well, sure.
That one is fouled off.
Well, you know, Ralph, you know our friend Ralph Kelso? Mm-hmm. Well, he is fired up for D-Bax.
One of our fine camera operators.
Absolutely, for D. Baxter's 10th birthday party, because he's the chairman of D. Baxter's fan club.
Oh, there he is.
Hi, Ralph.
Gracie.
Running the high home camera.
Did you send out the invites and everything, or are people RSVPing?
Yes, they are.
2-2 the count. Bouncing ball. There was your double play. And in time for the out. I'd love to see that jersey. You have one?
I don't have one on me. I've got a couple at the house.
If you could bring them in, that'd be great.
Yeah, D. Baxter's giving me a couple. He's big league.
Man, that'd be nice to show this kid's Sunday. Look at him. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Oh, Dodger fan.
Yep. Took my ice cream. Oh yeah. Dodger fans aren't doing a whole lot of that lately.
No, they are. No, they are. This sounded like one for some reason.
It did.
Markham, the pitcher. This happened a lot the last 2 seasons. And this, what I'm speaking of, is pitchers. That's his first major league hit, who rarely, if ever, get a chance hurting the Arizona Diamondbacks in these situations. Not completely inexcusable, but close to it.
Well, I'll say it. Yeah, it's inexcusable. Billy Buckner even an American League pitcher's going to hit that pitch, Darren. I mean, right down the middle. Just lost his focus, lost his concentration out there. Maybe took Markham for granted. And guess what?
And so congratulations to Sean, certainly in memory.
Hopefully the first of 1,000.
But again, Billy departing for a while and just not being effective like he was. The walk, the wild pitch, the ground ball that could have and would have been a double play, and then a mistake to a pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, he gave up an unearned run back in the third. That wasn't his fault, but once again, he just got a little lax-minded, I guess you could say, and took a major league player for granted.
1-0 the count to Fred Lewis. Fred homered a couple of nights ago against Dan Herron. Leadoff homer. Bouncing ball, Abreu is there. In time for the second out, Markham moves up.
More Dodger fans. Oh, yeah.
Look at him.
You can hear him right now saying, "Let's go, Dodgers."
Look at the kids enjoying the deep Baxter slide. Here's Aaron Hill. Bouncing ball, Reynolds. Lays it at his chest. And in time for the out. But the Blue Jays add another. A walk comes around to score on an RBI by the pitcher. Lindsey Buckingham in the background. Holiday Road, the great song from the Vacation with Chevy Chase. What a great tune. Named the top 5 players with the most home runs in Toronto Blue Jays history. The top 5 players with the most home runs in Toronto Blue Jays history.
Good question. Do you know who sings that song, that theme from Vacation?
Lindsey Buckingham,
right? A lot of people don't know who that is.
Fleetwood Mac, right?
Fleetwood Mac fame.
I have that one. I must admit to having that one in the iPod. That is a great song.
Great song.
That one is fouled
because
off.
It makes you think of one of the funniest movies, well, maybe ever.
Real tomato ketchup, Eddie.
Nothing but the best.
0-1 to count to Drew. I don't know why they call this stuff hamburger helper.
It's just fine by itself.
Stephen Drew down the line. Drew on the move. Racing on around, outrunning it into sliding with a double. And for Stephen, good to see 11 doubles this season.
Yeah, just flips one down the left field line. Lynn just can't catch up with it. Stephen always thinking extra bases, never hesitates easily into second base with a slide. And the Diamondback offense got to get back in business here, Darren Sutton.
Well, 'tis the season, no doubt, with what this club has done offensively on this homestand. Coming in, as we mentioned, 44 hits in 4 games, 28 extra base hits prior to this ball game. Fastball painting over the inside, 0-1 to count.
You've made through the first 4 games, you've been so good on this homestand. You know, you've had this long journey. And on the final Sunday, you don't want Wally World to be closed.
No. And you just punch the Moose right in the face. As that is away, cut fastball. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. Nubbed first baseline. Just a quickie. I mean, we've talked about the movie now, The Family Truckster. You think you hate it now? When do you drive it?
Good talk, Russ.
There's Rusty.
The Family Truckster.
1-2 the count. And we are about to, these Diamondbacks, become the Griswolds and travel around the Western Division. Blue Jays lead it 3-1. Oh my, heavy, slow curveball. For 74 miles an hour, that dropped like an anvil.
Well, it had some late snap. Justin just cannot hold up, and that's a big strikeout for Markham. This kid's good.
So the right-hander goes to work against Adam LaRoche. Adam grounded out to first back in the first inning.
Cross up there. Molina found a way to come up with it. He's not real happy with his pitcher, Markham. Okay, let me come out here and tell you once more. 1's a fastball. 2 is the curveball. I put down a 1.
That's a grouchy old catcher, isn't it, right there?
Well,
I like it.
He's a backup catcher. You know, he doesn't get to play a whole lot. He gets to play, maybe once, twice a week. This is his day. And on his day, he doesn't want to be crossed up.
No. He's a good man, by the way. You know how much we respect Yadier on the air here. And Benji, we'll see Benji in San Francisco. He is a quality individual. Mom and Dad raised 3 real quality gentlemen. The 1-0. Bouncing ball, and it's a foul ball. 1-1 the count. Again, if you're a baseball fan, you follow the game, you can clearly put your finger on what Markham is doing. If you're just a casual fan, it's a little tougher to see. Repeating pitches, rarely if ever. You can't get inside of his head and figure out his rhythm because he never really has one. He's commending 4 pitches, different variations of them for strikes. The 1-1. Pitches like those.
What are you going to do with that? LaRoche thinking it was outside. Phil Cuzzy, the home plate umpire. Yeah, it was plenty outside, I think. Adams got a pretty good argument.
It's hard, though, when you're constantly around that wide of the plate. You'll get the black and further occasionally.
You're right.
And then you get a swing. That's exactly right. At that slow bending curveball. So he's gotten Upton and LaRoche, same pitch.
Starts belt high and it's just gone.
And here's Mark Reynolds. And when you talk about Markham, too, when he signed out of Southwest Missouri State, he was a shortstop there, just did a little bit of relief pitching. He loved the middle infield. That's where he played in college. And he was a fan of a very famous middle infielder that I think you know very well. Nice block. His favorite player growing up.
J-Bell.
No, you're close. Ryan Sandberg.
Ryan Sandberg.
And a couple of years back, he and his wife Stephanie had their first child. And his name, Ryan Markham.
You'd be surprised how many Midwestern kids about his age are named Ryan.
Looking to do some 2-out damage.
But for some reason, there's a lot of Midwestern cats that are named Gracie.
Okay. See the 2-out RBI leader.
Yeah, it makes me so proud.
It should. The 2-0. Perfect pitch. 2-1 the count.
Big fluffy Persian cats.
What about like the mice, the pet mice? Any pet mice?
No, not that I know.
Okay.
Gracie?
Yeah.
Probably are a few pet mice that
hamsters
that eventually get put in the python cage or something like that.
A mile high. It's going to be a souvenir somewhere out here. Bouncing everywhere. Mark 5 for his last 13 with runners in scoring position. With 5 doubles, all of them doubles. We'd love to trade places with him right now. The 2-2. Ian on the hands, rolling, and may go fair. Yeah, why not? So Mark heads back, a new set of baseballs, and Markham is ready to go. But yes, was a big Royals fan and a huge Cubs fan growing up, Sean Markham. He's 28 years old, 27-18 in his major league career. The 2-2. Tough to lay off that curveball again. 3-2 the count.
Molina's spending a lot of time speaking with Markham this inning.
Boy, what a take. Cut fastball just off the plate. Pretty close to being a strike, but Reynolds earns himself a walk. That's 26 walks this year.
Yeah, that's a ball. Well, let's see if Chris Young can make Markham pay for that 2-out walk in front of him. Mark Reynolds on first base represents the tying run. And all Chris Young's been doing is driving in runs this year.
And you can see the timely hitting. He had 4 RBIs last night. 34 runs batted in on the year. The cut fastball is outside. This is last night. Our Chaz Roberts cool plate down the line. Ended up with 4 runs batted in. Against Dana Evelyn there. Outside. Well, he has not missed much at all, so to see him issue a walk, which was his first, and then miss a couple of times, surprising.
Well, let's see now if he decides to challenge Chris Young with the fastball. He's got Chris Snyder on deck. A lot of times hitters will get a little over anxious in this situation. Markham may be able to throw him something off speed. Sure as the world he did. A little cut fastball.
Hit that one right off the end of the bat. So Young, you can see him talking to himself. He was almost totally out of the zone by the time he hit that, way out front. Chris 4 for 5 with 5 RBIs with runners in scoring position this homestand. Well, Molina's going to come out and talk with him again.
What? Is this a Dodger game?
Well, this feels like Russell Martin. I would agree. Russell is a big visitor. He loves to come out to the mound and talk with his pitchers. I think you said it properly. We were having fun when you said it, but this is Molina's day, and he's going to get it right. So Molina done. 2-1 to count to Young. Time is called.
And right back. Time in.
Two and two.
Right at the bottom of the kneecaps there. Good pitch.
Two and two the count. The 2-2. Ground ball finds the hole somehow. Come on down, Stephen Drew. 3-2 the score. It didn't sound pretty, and the bat died because it was broken. But it died a happy death with an RBI.
Chris Young just continues to impress. Off the end of the bat breaks, as you said, but right in the perfect spot. Stephen Drew scores easily, and Chris Young does make Markham pay for the 2-out walk by driving in a run and getting the Diamondbacks within one. Chris Snyder going to get a chance to possibly give his team the lead here.
Grace, you brought this up this morning, talked about it in the open, those 2-out RBIs. They just hurt.
2 more of them here.
That open stance of Snyder, looks at a fastball just in. 1-0 the count. Snyder popped to third back in the second inning. Yeah, 2 outs, runners in scoring position. Another good candidate. Molina giving it a look, and just a little bit too far. Hey, I got it. What are you talking about?
Good to see Amari's here. He's got a game shortly. He'll go right across the street after this game, go take on the Lakers.
No, that's not him. 1-1 to count. That's just a guy with some bad hands.
Bad hands, but he probably didn't call Lamar Odom lucky.
No. 1-1 to count.
Ooh, there's a big rip by Chris Snyder. He came up empty.
He just went right after him. That was 88 right down the middle. See what happens here. See if Chris can just dump one into the outfield, because with 2 outs, that'll tie the game up.
That's all you need. Just a lousy single is all you need right now.
The 1-2.
Just
missed outside. 2-2 the count.
Out of the Diamondbacks' credit, they're really making Markham earn it in this inning. Laying off some tough pitches. Mark Reynolds laid off a tough pitch to draw a walk. Snyder just laid off a tough one.
And again lays off of a breaking ball. Thought about going around on a curveball. Molina keeps it with him.
Now the runners will be off to the races here on the 3-2 count. That pitch count's starting to climb up here. Only 3 2/3 in.
Full count, 2 outs.
Good speed out there in Reynolds and Young.
There they go. Here it comes. And pop foul our way again. Just down below in the seats, a souvenir. Speaking of the seats quickly, Gracie.
Yes.
Came last night with a great group representing SARC last night, and also some friends of young children with autism. A wonderful outing. We had a great time. Miguel Montero came and spoke to the kids. Guess where we sat last night?
Where'd you sit?
Uptown.
Oh, how was it?
Oh, it was great out there.
I
mean,
it.
a great time had by all. You got to do it, folks. Got to do it. We had so much fun out there. Runners go. 3-2. Got him. Diamondbacks manage a run. Chris Young, 35 RBIs. Boy, this young man's tough to figure out. Families when they get back home, but we want to maybe have them have a chance to be heard at home. Name the 5 players with the most home runs in Blue Jays history.
George Bell's got to be one of them.
I'm guessing. How about, where's Mickey? Is Mickey down there? Mickey, you have a guess on that one?
Let's go with Joe Carter.
Joe Carter.
Yeah, good. Very good, Mick.
Very good. Ralphie, do you have a guess? Ralphie,
It was Joe Carter.
Ralphie's going with Joe Carter.
Hello?
Joe Carter, he took his guess.
Wow. Good to see Ralph's on the ball again.
Wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Leave Ralph alone. Ralph, I've been defending you the last couple of days. I'll tell you, they've been coming after you. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Scott Snyder here in the booth having a terrible year. That's a base hit into center field. Adam Lynn with a single. Where's Judd?
It's my guess.
Judd, what's your guess? Paul Molitor. No, I don't think so. Sorry, Judd.
Oh, Judd.
What about Kevin? Kevin knows the game big time. Where's Kevin at? 3-2 the score. What do you think, Kev?
What do you think, Kev?
I like George Bell, Joe Carter.
George Bell.
And George and Joe Carter.
Don't have any new ones.
Pretty good stuff. I like it. Son's in with him today. I had a chance to meet his son. Having a great season. Going into his senior year.
Yeah, good.
Let's see who we missing here. 1-1 the count. Uh-oh, belted down the line. Batista just did it. I mean, and it's not even close. That one's 40 rows back. He's not on that list, but he's getting there fast. That's 14 on the year. He now has 6 home runs in his last 9 games. It's a 2-run shot, 5-2 the score.
Change up down. Gosh, he just goes down and hits a 1-iron. Way, way out of here. Down in the left field corner. My goodness.
What'd I tell you about these guys, Grayson?
Lots of homers.
I mean, they don't mess around.
Just swinging hard.
This is the only one that isn't the homer hitter, but we've known him forever. He's a doubles hitter. And also, whenever Lyle Overbay is hitting around 200, you can bet your bottom dollar he'll be working on a lot of things to get his swing right, and that's really what he's working on.
It'll improve. Yeah, Mel Stottlemyre all of a sudden have to come out. This is 3 straight innings now that the Blue Jays have scratched. 2 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, now 2 across here in the 5th. Still nobody out. So it looks like Billy Buckner's starting to fade here a little bit. And how about, I got a guess for the home run Blue Jays. How about Boomer Wells?
Interesting. How about Jimmy? Where's Jimmy? Is he out there somewhere? Any guesses?
That's him underneath the.
Oh, there we go. No guesses, I guess.
No guesses?
Jesse Barfield.
Oh, what a great guess.
Hey,
what
look
a
at that.
Great guess.
Look at the Wizard of Oz with the good guess. Well done. From behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Good stuff. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, my goodness, off of Fridays. And that's special territory out there. Encarnacion, not far off from where Reynolds hit his last year. Well, so now Edwin has 5 home runs in this series. 5 home runs in this series. Unbelievable.
That's what happens when you throw a fastball down the middle to a red-hot guy like Encarnacion. Way out of here. Golly. Wow. Yeah, Billy Buckner taking it on the chin now.
Pitch is high, 1-0 the count. Here next half inning, our kidcaster will join us. You remember Kaylee, folks. Kaylee Bird, and she said the final score would be 12-10. Let's hope she's right.
Well,
now.
D-backs got a little ways to go.
Let's just hope they get to be the 12. 2-0 the count to John McDonald. 2 home runs in this inning. Batista with his 14th, Encarnacion with his 7th. And Encarnacion with 5 home runs in this series. 5.
Oh, boy.
McDonald gives it a ride. Deep left field. It's off the wall.
So you're going to have to get Billy Buckner out of there, aren't you?
One would think, because it is going away fast.
All of a sudden, he is on the receiving end of a pretty serious beatdown right here in the 4th inning.
Working as quickly as they can down in that pen, but he tells Chris Snyder, go talk to your pitcher. I need you to buy me some time. Penn working quickly. Cesar Valdez, former starting pitcher. What you do when you get him up as the ground ball guy, you hope he can get out there and give you a couple of innings while you're down. A couple, 3 maybe.
Man, these guys swing it. 20 more home runs than the Diamondbacks have. And the Diamondbacks had a lot of home runs.
Oh, you bet. They lead the National League.
I can't imagine AJ staying much longer. Yeah, he's on his way out now.
AJ Hinch, he's going to come out and make a move. Gracie, we're going to make an adjustment on the fly with AJ. We're going to the bullpen, too. If
Nice.
it's okay with you, we're bringing her in.
We're bringing
Our
Kaylee
kidcaster, Kaylee's going to join us. Cesar Valdez will join us. Oh, it's going to be fun. Don't go anywhere. Is a young lady like this. Kaylee Bird joins us. It's our Sanderson Ford Lincoln Mercury Kidcaster. Katie, we're looking to get things right because the guys are struggling down there in the diamond. We thought as they made a call to the bullpen, we'd bring you in a little bit early. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
You know what? I've been better with the score, but I'm at a big league ball game and getting to broadcast it, so I feel pretty lucky. How about you?
Good.
Yeah? Gracie, have you met Kaylee before?
Heard a lot about you. What's happening?
Nothing much.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where's your seats? You got the really good ones like down where Darren, like all his people sit right behind the plate there? You don't sit there?
I'm in 115 over there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right over there.
On the first base line. What grade are you in?
5th.
5th grade. And what's your favorite subject?
Reading and writing.
Reading and why?
I don't know. I guess I've learned to like it over the years.
Because you're good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
you're really good at it.
First pitch swung right through. By the way, Cesar Valdez comes out of the bullpen. Kaylee comes out of the bullpen to join us. 10 years old, you can see. So this coming Saturday, you'll be 11?
Yeah.
That is awesome. And
Is school out yet?
4.5 more days.
4.5 more days. You're counting that half. That's yeah. I did the same thing.
4 days. That is awesome. The 0-1. Hot shot, left field, belted. Connor can't get there. It's over his head. It's up against the wall. Boy, Molina had better hurry. And he's out.
Uh-oh.
Not very fast, is he?
Uh-oh.
And Abreu's hurting.
That might be a broken finger or a spike, or he might have got, I don't know what happened there, but that is serious pain.
So a big hit, another run, 8-2. Now, Kaylee, do you play softball?
Yes, I do.
And a play like this, I would imagine it can happen at any age. Let's see, Kaylee and all of us will watch together.
It's his glove hand. Whatever happened, looked like the slide. Watch the glove hand.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets kicked. And that looks like he might have broke his hand or something to that effect. Because you see a reaction like that, that's one of agony. Anything like that ever happened to you on the softball field?
No.
Yeah, it's below average.
How about you, Gracie?
No.
Guy
No.
sliding in. Guys usually don't slide back to the first base bag.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get dinged up and you get spiked here and there, but nothing like that to that effect. Where I mean, that looks. His reaction is one of. I mean, my goodness, excruciating pain.
You know who Augie Ojeda is?
Yeah.
You like him?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay. At least you like him a little bit. Let's hope he's all right. I would imagine they'll, I would guess, have an X-ray, Gracie, as you said. No sense in us even theorizing, but it doesn't help that the manager's having to carry his glove. And Augie Ojeda will come on, and he'll go to work. As soon as we know, we'll let you know what happened there to Abreu. What position do you play?
My coach switched us around a little bit, so I didn't really get to play one specific.
Okay, if you could choose, what would you like, Kaylee?
Pitcher or catcher?
Pitcher or catcher, Gracie? Not first base. You can't talk her into first base. No. Augie Ojeda takes over.
Come on, you got to play along better here, Kaylee. When I hold up the one, that means first base.
I like pitcher, catcher, and first base.
That's my girl
my
now.
goodness.
Yes. All right.
This is
Now we're doing it.
Sanderson Ford Kidcaster as Valdez gets ready to go back to work. So I see, as you can see the numbers on Valdez, you can see a couple of starts as well as part of it. Your favorite TV show is Good Luck Charlie. That's that new show on Disney, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell us why you like it.
I guess because I've been watching Disney Channel for a couple of years that I got to kind of like it.
I bet you watch, don't you, Gracie?
I haven't watched Good Luck Charlie. My children, how old are you?
10.
You're 10, yeah. I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old. I see a lot of SpongeBob.
Do you?
Yeah, I see a lot of SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents.
That's quality stuff. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Well, what do you like to do at home? You help around the house with chores?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. Have a boyfriend?
No.
No? Okay, good for you.
Oh, beautiful girl like you, no boyfriend? Come on. I'm not buying that.
She's a ball player, Gracie. She doesn't have
That's all right.
time.
Ball players can have boyfriends, too.
Well, I'm just saying. She likes to... You devote your time to your sports, right? And your television and your reading. Too young.
Someone's asked me out before, but I didn't say.
Oh, boy.
Wow. You can't say.
I didn't say anything, so.
No. What's his name? Don't look at me like that.
2-2 the count.
Come on, let's make him famous.
You know what you do, Kaylee? When that happens and Gracie asks you, just start calling the game. Just say, all right, anyway, 3-2 the count, one
That's
out.
called denial play-by-play.
Kaylee Bird joining us up here. Your school, again, is Gilbert Elementary, right? Favorite teacher?
Mrs. Dawn.
Here?
Is she here?
Oh, my goodness. Markham goes down on strikes. Very good stuff. So you not only are you buttering her up, but you brought her with you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other teachers that you really like at school? That's it. Just the one. Sorry, all your other teachers. We know she's a good student.
Didn't make the cut.
You didn't make the cut. We're so glad you came to be with us.
All you math teachers and history teachers there, sorry.
See this, by the way, Gracie?
What do you got?
That one is a bouncing ball. It's a fair ball. As we say goodbye, we're going to show this. This is what relief pitchers carry to the bullpen. Did you know this?
The Hello Kitty bag?
Give us some handshake. Give Gracie a fist bump or a handshake.
Thank you.
Excellent job.
Nice
Great
job,
job.
sweetie.
More after this.
What do you got in there?
Answer our AT&T trivia question. As a matter of fact, let's go out to center field. Scott, are you out there?
Maybe Rance Mullinex?
Oh, Rance Mullinex.
No way.
Valdez to lead it off. I think we'll give one more shot out there. Valdez leads it off. How about Ole, you out there?
Yeah.
Ole, what do you got?
Rance Mullinex? That was me.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So Rance was wrong. Very good. And we'll answer it for you. Well, I had a name and a nickname in my head, but we did. There we go. Joe Carter, Jesse Barfield, Vernon Wells, and Carlos Delgado.
Forgot about Carlos Delgado, the #1 guy.
How about that, as that one is fouled off and into the seats?
We had Vernon Wells.
1-2 the count. 8-2, Toronto leads it. And as soon as we know about Tony Abreu, we'll let you know. That didn't look good, did it?
No.
I know we had our young gal in here, so we didn't want to go too in-depth with it. What do you think?
Broken hand.
Okay.
You could see the swelling in the hand. He couldn't move it.
A couple of good ones there. Rance Mullinex on the left and Buck Martinez on the right. We'll do it again. 2-2 the count. Fouled off one more time. Valdez, as we talked about, trying to eat some time with regard to innings pitched. A little number. Right up that line and in time for the out. Right back to the mound. I want to remind everyone that anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink. That means today, when you head to Taco Bell between 4 and 6, you can get some crunchy tacos at participating locations between 4 and 6. Now they've got 4 runs to get there for tomorrow's visit for crunchy tacos. I like that hat.
That was nice, wasn't it? That's a big league hat.
I'll be the judge of that, as that one is away. 1-0 the count to Connor Jackson.
You weren't a big fan of that lid, huh?
Anyway, the 1-0.
I think you and I should break out the fedoras one of these days.
Now that's more like it.
That's a protect me from the sun hat.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a very wise thing to do this time of year out here.
Oh, got some cowboy hats. And a glove there. How about that?
That almost has kind of a Kentucky Derby look to it.
It does.
It's a good, beautiful lady in a beautiful hat.
2-2. We could do like a Fedora Fridays. Every Friday, wear fedoras.
Do you have one?
I don't.
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah. Might have to break it out.
I have one like that.
Should I break it out in Colorado for us?
Sure, you do that. The 2-2. Pitch is in. 3-2 the count to Connor Jackson.
Well, we've already got one color analyst in the game that wears the Mark Grant of the San Diego Padres, good friend of our shows. It was driven into that field.
And it's over the head of Adam Lynn and Connor Jackson with a 2-bagger, a double. So Connor 1 for 3 today. And that is his 8th double of the season.
Takes that cut fastball and just drills it into left field. Adam Lynn can't catch up with it. I watch Adam Lynn play left field and watch him go after some of these balls, and I realize that he and I have a lot in common when it comes to speed.
Really?
And he and I don't have any.
So you watch Adam Lynn play and you realize as a left fielder he's a great DH.
That's exactly right.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
That's exactly right.
I tell you, he's not having the year he wants to offensively. But he had a huge offensive year last year.
Oh,
boy.
man. Augie Ojeda had to replace Tony Abreu, who looks like he might be on the shelf for a little while with a hand injury, which is too bad. We hope we're wrong. That looks like a broken hand.
Well, we hope we're wrong is right. Enjoying some snacks here at the ballpark. Folks everywhere enjoying some goodies. A hot dog. One and 0 the count to Augie. Augie round ball. Eating him up over there is Hill. Send him on down, Bo. He does. Go to the plate. Not in time. Sliding safe. 8-3. A miscue by Hill off the bat of Augie Ojeda, and the Diamondbacks creeping back into this one.
I would imagine this is going to go as an error on Hill. Just a step to his left, it eats him up. He whiffs it. Connor Jackson scampers all the way from second base, slides around the tag of Molina.
That's a single and an RBI for Augie there.
Really? Augie will take it. And I'm sure Hill very happy about that as well at second base. Wow.
1-0 the count to Stephen Drew. Justin Upton waits on deck. Now that's a changeup. You get a swing like that.
Hand came off the bat. Watch the bottom hand come off the bat.
One and one the count. Stephen doubled and scored back in the fourth. Struck out swinging in the first inning.
That's also a good way to injure a hand.
Thought the same thing. Stephen goes the other way. Fly ball in. Drifts back and is there to make the play for the out. Justin Upton singled in a run in the first inning, and he struck out.
Hey, Darren.
Yes.
Voting is now open for the 2010 All-Star Game in Anaheim. Help send deserving players to this year's All-Star Game by voting at dbacks.com. Vote early, vote often, vote today at dbacks.com.
That's a good promo, good read.
Thank you very much.
Justin Upton takes just off the plate inside. 1-0 the
for
count.
The home run derby this year. They're just going to have all the Blue Jays take batting practice.
That's it.
Yep, that's what the American League's going to do.
The Blue Jays are taking home run derby. It's called the 2010 season. Speaking of homers, that's a big cut, but he's out front. My goodness. Off the facing of the top deck in this ballpark, albeit a foul ball. But that is an awful long way to hit a foul ball.
Fastball in, Justin just destroys it, but way foul.
One and one the count. For some hitters, a long foul home run is a curse. Rarely does a fair home run follow.
Very rarely. Usually a strikeout is what follows.
But he missed to 2-1.
Oh, you thought that was good. Wait till you see how far I hit this next one.
Upton's got 8 hits on this homestand. Change up and a dandy. 2-2 the count. You know, the old broadcaster lingo is pulled the string on him. That's the kind of pitch right there where it literally looks like a string is attached to the baseball, and he jerks it at the last minute. And that's where that comes from, and you can see it visually. The 2-2. Upton, foul ball. And as we say, pulls the string on him. This is what you mean.
Like the yo-yo, pull it back up.
Another hand off the bat, by the way, in the swing. Not as dramatic as Drew's.
That's when you know you got a good changeup.
Enjoyed watching him work today. Been far from perfect. He's had to throw a lot of pitches, 99. You can see why Toronto likes this young man. 2-2. And if he misses, he just misses.
He's close.
Run will be off, and Augie Ojeda. Phil Cuzzy calls time. Off day tomorrow for the Diamondbacks, a travel day to Denver. Runner goes, just barely nicked it, nearly went to a knee to do so.
That was another one of those good Markham change-ups. And the Diamondbacks are doing a pretty decent job on him. And this guy came in with an ERA at 2.6.
They're grinding him, there's no doubt about it. They're making him work.
They're getting one here and one there, but right now this incredibly powerful lineup for the Blue Jays, just overwhelming Diamondback pitching right now. But there's still a lot of ball game left. Justin Upton, he can get the Diamondbacks right back in the thing with an extra base hit right here.
Quest High Speed Internet, high speed pitch, velocity for Buckner, who is gone at 90, topping out Markham at 89. Top fastball, 89. A true pitcher on the mound. Runner goes, another 3-2, got him away, cut fastball. Frustrating those Diamondbacks. Win the World Series over the Philadelphia Phillies. Jack in the box, thinking outside of the box. And Joe Carter hoisted into the air. That was back in the day when Toronto busy drawing upwards of 4 million fans a year. And again, if it's not the greatest, it's certainly one of the top 10 greatest moments in baseball history. An incredible moment. And of course, the network call all over the world was a good one by Sean McDonough as that one sailed into the corner. He called it simply, but the call all over the country of Canada by the familiar voice of baseball who really introduced a country to the game was that of Tom Cheek. Touch 'em all, Joe, he said as he rounded the bases. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
And boy, was the great Tom Cheek ever correct. We miss him.
We lost him several years back to cancer. And you want to talk about a guy that was not a city's announcer in Tom Cheek. He was a country's baseball announcer. 4,306 consecutive broadcasts, the original voice of the Blue Jays. Expos before that. A wonderful father, a good husband, and I'll tell you on a personal note, as I was a young broadcaster breaking in with the Angels, put an arm around my shoulder and mentored me every time I saw him. He did it to all young broadcasters. And you felt like you were about 5 years old when you talked to him with the voice that he had. The 3-1. And I think what happens at times when you're broadcasting, really nationally on radio, a team, as we see fans enjoying the yard here, but it's north of the border, you get lost at times in the shuffle. And I think with regard to the Ford Frick Award given each year to a broadcaster, it needs to be Tom Cheek very soon.
Couldn't agree with you more, Darren.
You know, Tom's widow, Mrs. Cheek, looking on, was kind of a second mom to me along the way. Ran into her son Jeff watching this afternoon. Hello, guys. Know you miss Dad every day. Baseball misses Tom as well. And we are going to get him in the Hall of Fame.
He deserves it. A lot of people aren't there that need to be there.
Leadoff walk. Adam Lynn takes a pitch outside on the corner. 0-1 the count. Eight runs, 12 hits, and no errors for the Blue Jays. 3 runs on 6 hits and an error for the Diamondbacks. Valdez to Lynn. And he fouls it off. He's disappointed he didn't homer.
Well, anytime these guys take a swing, it doesn't go in the seats. You just see the chagrin on their face. Gosh, I should have hit that for a homer. And then they look over in the dugout and they see Cito, and he's mad at him. What are you doing singling? I want it over the boards. Wayne Murphy, also their hitting coach over there. My former hitting coach here in Arizona. That really wasn't that wasn't really our stamp. Homers. Murph's a good hitting coach, though. He did a great job with us in that championship season. Good man.
The 1-2. High fly ball into right center field. To the wall it goes. Only a ground rule double for Lynn. And I'm sure he'll hear about it back in the dugout.
Murph, Dwayne Murphy, Cito, very upset over there in their dugout. They don't like ground rule doubles. All right. About to possibly pull him out of the game. Just a sinker out over, and he just drills it into the gap. One big bounce into the pool area. Souvenir.
Mark McLuhan has an update on Tony Abreu. Big Mac, take it away.
Yeah, guys, just got this from the Diamondbacks and appears to be positive considering what we saw with Tony Abreu getting hit on the hand and it swelling. It's only a left wrist sprain. So if any more information becomes available, we'll let you know. But just a left wrist sprain for Tony Abreu.
All right, well, we'll see if, in fact, that's a situation where he needs to go on the DL or not. We'll see what occurs in the next couple of days. Big home run swing, but he popped it up. And that will not get the run in. And a break there for the Diamondbacks.
That's the thing, when you get this reaction from Abreu, you see the kick. I mean, it's immediate. That just looks much worse than a sprain. But the good news is, Big Mac was down there. He got the news that it's a sprain. And that heals a lot quicker than broken hands.
Yeah, you bet. Infield drawn in for Lyle Overbay. Swing and a miss at a sinking fastball. 0-1 the count on the 33-year-old out of Centralia, Washington. Had the good fortune. You had the good fortune of mentoring him as he broke in. I had the good fortune of covering him as a broadcaster in Milwaukee.
He had some good years in Milwaukee.
Oh, you bet. Bouncing ball. That will drive Augie back a step, but again for Overbay, unable to drive the run in. So single, double, then a pop-up to short and a ground ball to second. In all seriousness, that will frustrate the manager.
That will frustrate the manager. A pop-up on a good pitch to hit, and then Lyle Overbay chased a couple pitches out of the zone and really weakly grounded to second.
They're going to walk him. 5 homers in this series, most by one player in a 3-game series this season.
Unbelievable.
Now you go back to 1952, 6 homers is the most by one player in a 3-game series. Bonds did it in 01. Sean Green did it against Milwaukee in 02. I covered that
4
series.
in a game, wasn't it?
Yes. 17 or 18 total bases in one game.
Golly.
Alex Rodriguez in 02. He stopped Choi in 05 against the Twins.
He stopped Choi? I really wasn't expecting him to be on that list.
He had 6 in one series against the Twins and 15 on the season.
Who was he playing with at that time? Was he a Dodger or was he a Marlin?
He was a
Cub?
Dodger.
Oh. Love to wax nostalgic about Hee-Sup Choi.
Bases loaded for John McDonald.
So big league.
One and 0 the count. That did surprise you.
Well, yeah.
I was just handed the list.
I
Our
remember
research
I
staff.
remember that series with Sean Green. Some of those names that are on there, just like I said, just caught me a little bit by surprise that Hee-Sup Choi was on there. 6 in a series.
How about that? Bases loaded, the 1-0. Waves right through that slider. 1-1 the count. By the end of the series, Hee-Sup Choi.
Oh, yeah.
Hee-Sup Choi.
That's what they did in Dodger Stadium. It just boomed all the way through Chavez Ravine as Hee-Sup Choi continued to make mincemeat out of the Twins that series.
1-1 the count. Outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. McDonald doubled and scored, walked and scored. Drafted by the Indians in the 12th round all the way back in 1996. So he's been at it for a long time.
Ouch, right on top of the toe.
He'll walk it off. Lou Pinella's happy. His Cubs beat the Rangers 5-4.
Lou pleaded with his club, is anybody ever going to get a big hit? Anyone? Well, evidently the last couple of days he got a couple.
The 2-2. Line drive left field coming on. Bringing it in between. Now gets by him is Connor Jackson. 1 run is in. Another run comes on around. The 3rd run comes on down. Now McDonald in a run down, but 3 runs cross the plate. McDonald is tagged out, but this game opens up. Jackson caught in between, couldn't make the play. All 3 runs score. All 3 runs score. 11-3. double into left field, a ball that Connor Jackson looked like he came on, thought he had a chance, and got caught in between, and the ball got by him. And it's rally cap time already here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Sean Camp takes over. 21st appearance. Good numbers for the right-hander, 309. A lower first batter efficiency, but not many guys hit after that. You can see a 229 opponent's batting average. Sean, Virginia native and a veteran, 34 years old, pitched at George Mason University. George Mason. Chris Widger. Do you remember Chris Widger?
Sure I do.
He went to George Mason, veteran catcher.
That is tremendous, useless knowledge right there.
Now that's what we do on a Sunday when it's 11-3.
I like Chris Widger. He had himself a nice career.
Covered him in Double-A as a broadcaster.
No kidding.
Jacksonville, Florida.
I knew there had to be a catch.
There was.
Of how you brought out some Chris Widger.
We had Chris Widger on that team. We had Alex Rodriguez for a couple of weeks. Got to watch the OJ chase on Alex's little Sony Watchman in the bus.
That's where you were, huh?
Watching OJ drive down the freeway. Alex's little... Remember the Sony Watchman, the small little televisions?
Only the rich kids had those.
I think he was one of those. He had earned the right to have one of those. I'll tell you, I will tell you this, and I won't wax too long, folks. That is the sharpest dressing 18-year-old in Double-A I've ever seen in my life.
Alex?
You bet.
He still is.
Ground ball to his left. Making the play and in time for the out. By the way, Gracie, we're going to go back to waiting in the wings, checking on a young Diamondbacks minor leaguer.
Tell me about some left-handers.
Well, I have a catcher for you, and he's a good one. Conrad Schmidt, look at him hit. And he is a great story because he's an undrafted free agent. Undrafted out of Nevada. 286 this year. 13 RBIs. Led all Diamondbacks minor leaguers last year, hitting 309, a catcher who can hit. And doing a great job this year down in Double-A.
Those are some tremendous bat flips he had working there.
He's waiting in the wings. Conrad Schmidt.
Catcher. One of those catchers that can hammer that baseball. Speaking of hammer.
Fly ball hanging up there. I don't know if Lewis ever saw that ball. Reynolds in with a double.
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest route there by an outfielder. Mark Reynolds will take it. His 9th double of the season. And his good homestand continues. Takes a sinker and just drills it out to center field. You can see Fred Lewis just got a little bit lost. See, if he was playing on the Blue Jays right now, they'd probably send out a pinch runner because it was only a double.
That's a good point. Our Amica Insurance hit zone for Chris Young. Conrad Schmidt, by the way, the catcher, 2 for 2 yesterday. Stole the base and caught Lane Thomas, who went 7 shutout innings. 4-0 win against the Birmingham Barons.
Lane Thomas went 7 shutout, huh?
You bet. You know the double dips, they go 7 and 7 in the minor leagues.
Is he left-handed?
We'll let you know.
Love me some Lane.
He's a left-handed pitcher, Lane Thomas.
Yep. It's going to be good to have him here shortly. Looking forward to that.
That pitch is in. Congratulations.
Once again, Lane, I'll pick you up at the airport.
How'd they do? They win the second game of that doubleheader as well? They lost. Lost 4-3.
Kind of like that name, too. Conrad Schmidt.
I thought you would.
Kind of sounds like a ball player.
I thought you'd like that.
Conrad Schmidt. Well, that's kind of a mix of Mike Schmidt and Conrad Dobler.
Ooh. Chris Young, by the way, the hard-throwing lefty from the other night, Layson Septimo.
Oh, yes.
2 scoreless innings yesterday.
It's not going to be long, folks. Looking very forward to seeing that young man, that hard-throwing left-hander. So guys like this upcoming road trip, guys like Todd Helton and Brad Hopp.
Waves at a slider away. Young goes down on strikes.
What a breaking ball that was from Camp. Now you see it, now you don't. That thing is just gone. Andre Ethier. James, Loney. They're all going to get a heaping helping of Septimo.
He only struck out 4 in 2 innings, though.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what, you're getting me fired up now.
95, 96 on the left side.
I'll tell you what, Septimo, your chariot awaits.
Breaking ball is away, and he waves right through it.
Nope. I'll be glad to go pick him up, guys. No problem.
We're going to have Mike Berger in when he comes to town, the director of minor league player development.
When's he coming to town?
Next homestand, we'll have him in around the draft.
Yeah, by that time, Septimo will be here.
That one's pop foul.
Probably won't need to ask about him anymore.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, but it'll be good to have him in.
I don't care if his ERA is like 18. I need a lefty.
0-2 the count. Snyder pops it up. Hanging up. Going back, making the play. Aaron Hill. Conrad Schmidt. Layson Septimo.
Top of the Arizona Diamondbacks, 11-3. We are high atop right field in Party Suite D. Chase Field is a great place for reunions. We're having a reunion today of Fantasy Camp. Dave Weekley is a lifer at Fantasy Camp, been coming to Diamondbacks Fantasy Camp since it started. And what are some of your favorite memories of all your time that you spent with your buddies playing baseball once a year?
Many favorite memories. Kangaroo Court's got to be one of the highlights. There's a lot of things that go on. Many of them we can't even talk about. We're sworn to secrecy.
Now, who is in charge of the Kangaroo Court?
Well, the Honorable Mark Grace usually is in charge, and he runs a tight courtroom. Absolutely.
How would you describe his attire when he when he takes the gavel and I guess rings Kangaroo Court into session?
He has some beautiful long white curls that he uses along with a black robe, and he looks very official under all that stuff.
Now, how would you evaluate his managerial style once he takes the white curls off and puts on the ball cap and manages?
I played for Gracie 3 years, and it took him a year and a half to get his first win. He's pretty determined.
Nice.
And then he put me on waivers, and the darndest thing, they won a few games last year, but he's determined.
That's all right. That one's going to cost him. That's going to cost him a couple bucks in court next year.
Now, Kangaroo Court is a place that they've actually, I guess, you've been a part of. You've been, I guess, brought up in the court. What were the charges?
I have been brought up on charges a few times. The last time for getting sniped in an air pocket.
Now, what with rounding third, just tripped?
Well, you know, Gonzo was coaching third, and he was not helping me at all, and I rounded third, and there was this air pocket, I guess. I went down quick.
Now, I don't know if the answer to this last question is you, but who in this group do you think is the least or I guess most likely to get injured today? Because you're playing a reunion game on the field after the game.
Well, with all these beers moving, thank you very much.
That's how you're getting ready for the game?
Yeah, we're going to have some of this. Mr. Weber here, he gets injured warming up, before he even stretches. But other than that, we're all prone to some serious problems, but we're going to work it out.
Well, enjoy your pregame meal, and we're going to kick it back to the Honorable Mark Grace in the booth.
Thank you so much, Mark. Good stuff out there. Yeah, the weeklies out there, kind of give us information on their pregame routine.
Saul Rivera misses outside. You love fantasy camp, don't you?
You've sat in kangaroo court with us before, haven't you?
Absolutely. You see the numbers on Saul's lone appearance.
It's fun.
Back in the big leagues.
It's a lot of fun.
I missed it this year. I was sorry I did, but yes, I've been my first couple of years been to Diamondbacks fantasy camp. If you're able to do it and it's a vacation you'd like to take, it is incredible and unforgettable.
And
you are truly a major leaguer.
And we also have female participants. We have female campers. You are welcome. Christy Ledeen, one of our regulars.
Yeah. It is, I tell you get the couple of major league uniforms like the big leaguers, the spikes. There's major league trainers, and you'll need them.
Oh, yes.
The major league spreads and lunches, and it's I'm telling you, it's a dream come true.
It's amazing. That one's chopped up the middle, and they're going to add on. No. Jose Molina just decided he didn't want to run.
So Fred Lewis with a hit. Saul Rivera gives up a couple of hits in this inning.
Second baseman Aaron Hill.
(11-3) the score. Here's Aaron Hill. Lynn waits on deck.
3 hits have loaded the bases here in the top of the 7th. As Saul Rivera still looking for his first out of the inning.
Pitches away.
Pitcher got another hit.
Another first big league hit for camp.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, that's been a frustrating part of interleague play for the Diamondbacks. Guys that rarely, if ever, get a chance to hit have gotten hits. Hill swinging for the downs. Fouls it off. Aaron's got 5 homers.
He's been injured a lot this year.
Good to see Baxter. We love when Baxter's on camera.
Watch out, kids. He's going to put a fake bug in your hat or something like that.
1-1 the count. Popped it up. Back up short. Stephen Drew is there, and he makes the play. A lot of little leaguers in attendance today. Little D-backs, Casa Grande, Desert Foothills, Tempe South, McDowell Mountain, Chandler American, Mesa Westwood, All Sports Arizona, just to name a few. Wickenburg is here. And the little D-backs leagues, Diamondbacks donate a portion of the sales back to the leagues. Diamondbacks contributing over $10,000 to leagues in attendance today.
Now the Royals are here.
Good to see the Royals.
Zach Greinke probably sitting there.
I think that's just the little leaguers as Lynn takes a strike at the bell. 0-1 the count.
Oh,
Big swing as he waves right through it. Oh, 0-2 the count. Bases loaded. Fouled off. And into the upper deck where that is a souvenir. We're talking about Lynn. He had 35 home runs and 114 RBIs last year. South Alabama, same school that produced Luis Gonzalez. Jay's third-round pick in 04. He's tired of waiting. He steps out. Oh, 2. High fly ball center field. Young going back. He's got room. Makes the play for the out. And there's the 12th run of the game. And a sac fly and an RBI by Lynn. A single, a double. An RBI, give him 24 now.
He's going to probably be benched because he hasn't homered yet today.
That's a good point. After hitting 35 last year, it's unacceptable.
Well, that's 35 and 114. Quiet. Good for him. Yep, I like him.
Popped into the seats.
Not that I'm a front runner or anything.
Well, Batista, if you are, you'd like him because he's singled in a pair, hit a homer, 14 homers this year. Career high is 16 with Pittsburgh back in 06. He's almost there. It's May.
Big swing and miss. These guys are kind of fun to watch, Darren, to be honest with you. Hey, ain't anybody getting cheated in that dark uniform today.
The 0-2. Fly ball center for Young. He is there and he puts it away. They don't get cheated. Like a corner park with the keg in the dugout, swinging for the fences.
If you or someone you know is 10 to 14 years old and would love to call a game with us right here in the booth, then find a parent and log on to kidcaster.com. It's all brought to you by our good friends at Sanderson Ford Lincoln Mercury.
All right, we rolled on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Toronto, 12 runs, 17 hits, and no errors on top of the Diamondbacks. A lot of youngsters at the ball yard today. Got the soccer jersey on. Baseball cap. A lot of athletics with these youth. Love it. School's almost out. Our young kidcaster told us early 4½ days. She was down to 4½ days on the year. My girls have 5 half days this week.
What?
5 half days this week.
Wow. How'd they pull that off?
I don't know. Of course, the The parents all vote for just maybe 2.5 days instead of 5 half days.
Without a doubt.
The kids would take it too.
Like I say, shortly, we no longer control our homes.
Gerardo Parra goes to work. And Camp slings it in there. Good movement on it. 0-1 the count to the Diamondbacks outfielder. Saw Jeremy Reed out there in left field. Parra went down, had a nice run down in the minor leagues, and is back here certainly doing his thing in the major leagues. The Diamondbacks coming into play today 20-24. The 2-1. Ground ball, base hit, right field for Parra. That puts them 5.5 back of the Dodgers and Padres. And that puts them at 1 game better than they were last season at this point on May the 23rd. The biggest difference between this year and last year is offense. They've scored 46 more runs coming into play today. They've hit 8 more homers, 30 more hits, slugging 30 points higher, make it 50, and a higher on base percentage. But they pitched a lot more effectively last season, early in the year. Walks and homers up this year. Those are two you don't want to be raising as a pitching staff.
Well, homers up a lot.
17 more. 17 more at this time last year. Walks only up a couple. Connor gets a bouncing ball. And a nice play getting the lead runner there in Parra. So Connor reaches on a fielder's choice. And last year's ERA at this point 4.45. This year 5.67. In games like today, that'll spike it. Just like they've been able to spike it offensively.
Yeah. And you start giving up 12 through 7 innings. And these Blue Jays are just relentless offensively.
Outside. We told you earlier about all the baseball champions, the prep baseball champions in the state of Arizona over the past week. As that one is high and away, 2-1 the count. We have our softball champions as well. Mesa Red Mountain, a huge upset over St. Mary's because of Dallas Escobedo. Dominating pitcher for St. Mary's as that one is hit on the ground. There's one, and there's two. Congratulate them all. We'll have some more visits to tell you some of the great stories about the local prep softball players as the Blue Jays look to swing it like a softball team. entire series, we cast our vote for Edwin Encarnacion. 5 homers in the series. Oh, by the way, you think we're done? We're not. 5. But since he's up, Choi hit 6 in a series.
It's a lot of homers.
As it happened. Our APS Energy All-Stars. And he is due up second. Lyle Overbay to lead things off. He covered Lyle a few years back when he had 50 doubles in a season.
That's 50. So many.
He was talking about that 0-1 club that he came up on as you guys were on your way to a World Series title, and he sat on that rookie row.
Right.
In the Diamondbacks locker room, folks, it's when you walk in, you look to the right, and you see massive lockers. It's in a big rectangular shape around the room it goes, but then there's a row of humble lockers, if you will, just normal size, and that's a rookie row. That's where he was. He said, as Juan Gutierrez goes to work, he reminded me the other day, Gracie, that he did not say a word. He was scared to death of all you guys.
Well,
maybe to you.
But, yeah, he didn't say a word, but he was also very much accepted. Very much accepted. We weren't hard on Lyle at all. He's just too good a kid and too good a player.
No, you're right.
And this was the big prospect coming up through the, hitting prospect. Him and Chad Tracy were the 2 big prospects coming up.
He's had a nice career, Lyle Overbay. And had it for a long, long time. Remember, as we reminded folks, he was all but traded to the Diamondbacks this winter for Chris Snyder, who's right next to him there. Snyder didn't pass muster physically after coming off the back surgery in the offseason. They didn't see what they wanted to see. Obviously, Chris fine now all season long. But as they all got together for the trade, they couldn't do it. Two and 2 the count. Lyle tells the story about in Centralia, Washington. Around here, maybe they TP your house, roll toilet paper up in your trees. It's a big tradition there. They stick pink flamingos in people's yards by the 20s and the 30s. The 3-2. High fly ball left field. To the crack it goes, and Lyle.
Well, where do you get all the flamingos?
There's places to buy them. Novelty stores. It's a big tradition in Centralia, Washington. You want to get somebody, stick about 20 in their front yard.
Okay. I want to bring that tradition down here.
You like that,
I'm going to have to. Well, I want to get you. But
do you now?
Well, sure. But I want to get somebody.
Encarnacion, here he is. And the fastball is in for the first time. There's a pitch somewhat in.
Maybe like our radio cohort, I might get Tom Candiotti.
Oh, Tom Candiotti. On the radio side.
Put some flamingos in his yard. What do you think?
I think so.
He might not like that too much.
He has like 5 layers of security into his compound, though.
That's true.
There's a staff of like 14 people you're going to have to get through.
Yeah, it'd be tough to get him.
Bouncing ball. Foul ball. Foul ball, says Brian Honora. Two and 1 the count. Gutierrez giving up a couple of home runs the other night and a win for the Diamondbacks as that one is fouled off. Handshakes after the victory Friday night. He had his head down and he was reminded by all his teammates, get your head up. We won. We're going to need you. Keep getting better. Get back on track. As that one's grounded. Reynolds stabs at it on the backhand and throws in time for the second out.
He did not homer.
And he did not homer. Let's update our text poll. You like Steve Nash? Why am I not surprised? Good vote.
Shortstop John McDonald.
Bacon, a distant second.
Yes, yes. And Celine Dion not doing so well.
Pamela Anderson had to have been up there somewhere.
Well, actually, it's not a choice, so 2 outs. McDonald, high fly ball, center field. He gives it a ride. 1, 2, 3. A solid inning, putting things back together. Oh, Kachinko, one of the favorites here at the ballpark, section 111, the interactive kiosk. Oh, and it found another slot. Wild Horse Pass Hotel and Casino. It's a great spot out there. I'm going to take you out to that Shula Steakhouse.
That's a
my
great
treat.
steakhouse.
My treat, Gracie. I'm taking
Promise?
it. Oh, you bet.
I love it. I'm in.
Maybe they'll pay and I'll just take credit. Scott Downs goes to work for the 22nd time this year. You had to play with him along the way.
Along the way as well, yeah. He was a youngster, an often injured youngster at the big league level. I love me a good left-handed reliever.
There is one. You were talking about that earlier, I think. Fly ball into center field. And the play is made.
Scott Downs comes in and gets that tough left-hander Stephen Drew out.
That's the one.
What's the Diamondbacks have? As soon as we can put it on right, yeah, turn that thing around. There you go.
So now Justin up. So Gracie, we like to let people behind the scenes sometimes.
Sure. We love doing it.
As that one is low. You know, coming up on Memorial Day, beautiful caps that the teams are going to be wearing. Red, white, and blue caps are white with the red, white, and blue on it. And, well, I have mine in the booth. You have yours. You're letting me hold yours. As that one is pop foul. Show the folks at home out in center field camera. That beautiful cap right there. Well, I had mine. If they want to come over to my side, if you can. I had mine sitting out front. I loved it, you know, about right here. And I went to do some homework and flipped it into the seats.
Somebody got a free Memorial Day hat.
Yeah. Line drive center field, and the play is made. It's just down below somewhere. I don't know where. Literally flipped right out of the booth.
Got him a nice hat.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, beautiful hat.
Somebody's like, hey, who threw their hat at me? But it's kind of cool.
I don't know if they're down below or where they are. We found them down there.
Well, there's Rusty.
There's Rusty Ryle. 12-3 the score. Rusty Ryle with a base hit into left field. That batting average will go up above 333. He was 11 for 33.
I like it.
There's Rusty.
It.
Beautiful. And now Mark Reynolds. So I just thought I'd let you folks in on that little behind-the-scenes moment. And I'm not about, like a hitter who swings and misses and his bat goes into the seats.
Right.
I can't ask for
you
it back.
Can't get it back.
I won't. Our booth manager here, Scott Snyder, is asking for me to ask for it back, and I won't. I'm gonna go the hip and buy my own.
No reason to ask for it back.
This was given to me by Major League Baseball to demo it. I'll go buy my own.
No reason to ask for it back. It's not the way we do things around here.
No, he does.
Well, he's also one of the cheaper human beings you'll ever meet in your life.
Talking about our stage manager, of course.
Having another tough year.
I want to get a shot of him doing good work up here in the booth. 0-2 the count. (12-3) the score.
Oh, these 12-3 games. Oh.
The 0-2.
Oh, dear.
Waves over the top of that one. Reynolds goes down on strikes. 12-3. Enjoy the hat. Then those San Francisco Giants, and then off to Southern California to see the Los Angeles Dodgers. You'll come with us every single game on television on this road trip. So please come with us as the Diamondbacks wrapping up what appears to be a 4-1 homestand. They'll have a day to cool off tomorrow. They'll have a day to soak their weary bones like these young gentlemen are in the hot tub. Love going to the pool.
And Uptown.
Uptown's the best.
I'm gonna have to head down there, out there, check out a ball game.
As I told you folks, last night took a great group out there, and we watched the game in Uptown. We had so much fun. 30 of us out there, just a great kids, young people, parents. There were groups out there. We had a great time. They had hot dogs.
Yeah, I was going to say,
beverages.
how's the food?
Oh, the food's great. Beverages are cold. It was
Just
a good
the way
time
we
in
like
Uptown. That's right. Jose Molina, he's tired. He's tired.
Who's that?
Jose Molina.
Why is he tired?
Worn out. He had to work hard today.
Yeah, he did. He did. Carlos Rosa going to come on and face the weary Jose Molina.
Miss Snyder's doing some house cleaning. A little bit of garbage. That's a Fry's grocery bag rolling around
Make sure you bring your groceries when you come to the ballpark.
Molina, high fly ball, swinging for a homer. And he comes up short.
If it's not a homer, it's a track ball.
All right, let's talk a little bit more state champions on the softball diamond. Peoria Centennial. They beat Tucson Sunnyside. Morgan Montemayor struck out 8, big win. Vale Cienega pitcher Alexa Cash had 18 strikeouts in the win. Seton won again. 4 times they defeated in tournament play. 3A title games, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4 with a big win. Seton Catholic, that's a good spot. Swinging right through that. 3A in the bottom of the 7th inning with their Winslow team tied. Goodyear Estrella Foothills in the Class 3A softball championship game. Gabby Stacy scored the winning run. That was in 3A. That pitch is a slider and a strike. Wilcox victorious, winning the 2A softball title. Top to Benson 5-3. And Joseph City winning the 1A title as well. So
I've got to bone up a little more on my Arizona geography.
Okay.
I got to figure out where Joseph City is.
Okay. Please don't ask me.
I got to find out. So
I'm told north.
I didn't even know for sure. Meanwhile, Rosa catches Mike McCoy looking for out number 2.
McCoy goes down, came on part of that double switch.
Dodgers, Cardinals.
Love it.
Love the fact that they're here. I see some D-back unis.
Pitch is high. One 1-0 the count to Fred Lewis. 12-3, Toronto leads it. Joseph City's on the way to Zion National Park in Utah, up northwest part of the state. The 2-0. Lewis with a big swing, late on that one. Lewis, of course, homered on Friday night. Singled twice today, but he hasn't homered.
And that's going to find him a spot on the bench if he's not careful. Cito didn't like that.
He gave it a go there. He came up empty.
We talk and we crow, really. This is a World Series winning manager, Cito Gaston. He's one of the great ones. We crow and deservedly so about Bobby Cox. And if you don't act right down in the minor leagues, they have that old saying in the Atlanta organization. Bobby doesn't like that. If you're fortunate enough to be drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays organization, you're coming up through the ranks. You're hitting about 350. And you have a game where you go 3 for 4 and drive in 3 or 4 runs with a double and 2 singles. You get called into the office. Cito doesn't like that. You need to start hitting homers, son.
Over the top, trying to hit it out of here, Lewis. He'll be speaking with his manager. They have hit 10 home runs in this series. 10.
But what they do care about, Darren, is that the D-backs will host the Yankees at Chase Field this year, June 21st through the 23rd. And that's a series you don't want to miss. Am I correct?
I'm excited about it. Can't wait.
Well, you're not going to believe this, Darren. I'm glad you're going to ask me about it because tickets are still available for the Yankee series.
Better get them.
And if you call 602-462-4794 or go online to dbacks.com, you might be able to pick you up a couple of ducats.
I'm looking forward to that. I've already grabbed a bunch for friends. And
I can't believe there's tickets still available for the Yankee series.
It's so funny. People were talking to me. I've grabbed a bunch way ahead because I thought I'd get burned. So I'm glad that they're for folks that are deciding.
Well, when they asked me for tickets, nope, sold out. Can't have it.
Kevin Gray goes to work, the closer for this club. Now you know, as that one is lifted, left field, pretty well struck. Going back with it. And it's out of here. A home run. Reed couldn't get there. Chris Young with his 7th home run of the year, his 36th run batted in.
They're fired up. Fastball middle. Chris Young puts a nice quick swing on it. And gets it about 4 or 5 rows deep. Having a heck of a year, Chris Young.
Another Fulton Holmes home run with a $150 donation to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Cito Gaston likes that kind of baseball, even though it came against his team.
Well, he's probably right now on the phone with his GM trying to find a way to get Chris Young on the Blue Jays. Think we get him? He hits homers.
2-0 the count.
Remember our kid caster?
I do.
I'm forgetting her name.
Kaylee.
Remember the prediction for the score that she gave? She got one of them right on the button. She said 12-10, right?
Mm-hmm. And you see the numbers for Greg, by the way. 12 saves this year. Well, Diamondbacks.
It's 12-4. They got work to do to get to the 10. But not a bad guess on her part because it was about 2-1 at the time.
She had a feeling a roof was going to cave in at some point. This young man, look at this. This is after the homer. Love it. Having fun at the ballpark.
Looking like one of those peacocks fanning out.
Mm-hmm. Pitch is low. 1-0 the count. Diamondbacks now with 10 hits. Toronto with 17. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. '31-year-old Kevin Gray, Oregon native, Corvallis, Oregon. 32 saves a couple of years ago in Florida. 29 the next year. 23 as a Cub last year. Remember, was a long-time Angel. 03 and 04, 05 with the Angels as that one missed. 3-1 the count. Ball 4.
Oh, long ball and then back-to-back walks.
Well, for the very best online coverage of the WNBA Western Conference Series, check out FoxSportsArizona.com. Of course, Game 3 tonight. Exclusive blogs from Eddie Johnson, Petros Papadakis of Fox Sports Radio, A Mother's Perspective, video reports from Channing's mom, Karen Fry, plus game stories, player interviews, and much, much more. It's full court coverage on FoxSportsArizona.com.
Oh, man. Looking forward to Ann Meyer's crew getting out there and going to battle.
Did I say WNBA?
Well, you did.
NBA Western Conference Series. We know they're just going to get ready to play in the summertime,
Well,
the WNBA.
You're a big Mercury backer. That's a good thing.
I'm certainly a big fan of Annie's, I'll tell you that.
How can we not be? She's great.
Now, here we have, again, a closer pitching in a non-safe situation, getting in work and not sharp.
And I know where we're going with this, Darren, and you and I, we wholeheartedly agree on this.
And Joe Borowski doesn't, and he's walked in Kevin Gregg's shoes, so I have to respect.
And you and I have not walked a mile in a closer's shoes.
Not in the big leagues, no.
Well, yeah, you were a closer in your college days and also in the minor leagues.
But not at this level. Never a reliever at this level, obviously.
I just don't understand how you can want to get guys out more on one day than you do on another.
Still the same earned run average.
Thank you. Your job is to get guys out. I don't care what the score is. Just like right now, these hitters, it's their job to find a way to get on base or to get a hit.
3-2 the count. Hester steps out. He has been starting and catching Edwin Jackson in all of his starts, and that looks like that may be the place for him to see his playing time. Done a nice job with Edwin as he pops that one up. Lyle Overbay here, stay with it from his dugout, and that's about as far as he can go. So the Blue Jays wrap up this series, then they head out for 3 against the Angels. So it is off to Anaheim, California after this ball game.
Angels lost a tough one today at St. Louis. Hester putting a good at-bat on Kevin Gregg here.
Heilman maybe getting some work in, either that or that's the height of optimism out there. With Chad Paul's not available, Heilman is your 9th inning guy today.
Well, there's still a lot of work to do.
Maybe just getting in some work.
Yeah, I think. Nope, I'm going to be the glass half full guy, and I'm going to say he's ready to save this ball game for the D-backs.
He'd have to come in the 10th if they tied it.
Great point. It's been a long weekend.
Bouncing ball. May get shorter now. That's a double play.
Go ahead and sit down, Aaron. You don't need to save this one. And let me admit my mistake, folks. It wouldn't really be a safe situation.
Oh, I led you right down the path, my friend.
Yeah.
Don't forget Ian Kennedy on the bump. Juarez Chacin for Colorado. Kennedy has been fabulous. My goodness, what a story he is turning out to be. Check out FoxSportsArizona.com tomorrow. Mark McClune will preview that game on his web hit on the website.
Nice.
Augie takes away, 2-0 the count. Got the rally caps on. Well, Gracie, I know they wanted to roll right through it, but still, San Francisco, Toronto, 4-1, not so bad.
Not so bad at all, especially when you lost a game to a very good one here in Markham. You won a game against Tim Lincecum.
And you hit.
And you smashed the baseball all over the place. Now you have to take that same attitude and that same mojo to Colorado with you. Play that way against the interdivision rivals.
Augie Ojeda, fly ball right field. The Blue Jays salvage one game in this series. It's the final game. They win it big over the Diamondbacks by a score of 12-4. Markham the winner. He is having a great season, 4-1. 12-4 the final score. We'll be back on the air with you Tuesday from Denver, Colorado, will have all 9 games on the road trip to Denver, to San Francisco, and to Los Angeles. So Toronto wins it. The Blue Jays off. Enjoyed seeing them. Only 9 games all time against Toronto. And the Diamondbacks get to see their foes in the American League. That wraps up this interleague series. Jason Lewis is our producer. Marty TOR in the truck is our director. Mark Grace making it back